If you're between 70 and 80 years old and still managing to do these 8 key things, you're truly one of a kind, a real treasure destined for a long life, possibly reaching 100. It's a blessing not everyone gets to enjoy. Many people don't make it to 70, and sadly, some who do find themselves barely holding on, needing constant care just to get through the day. Now, the years from 70 to 75 are critical. If you navigate this period well, the path to 80 and beyond becomes much smoother. Take a moment to honestly observe yourself. If you can still handle the following, you're exceptional and have every reason to be grateful. First, your body remains strong enough to meet your daily needs without relying on others. Good health is the greatest wealth at any age, but especially as we grow older. Being able to eat a bowl of vegetables on your own beats having someone else feed you every day, no matter how much money it costs. Staying physically capable not only makes your life more comfortable, but also keeps you from becoming a burden to your family, which is something no one wants. When you're healthy, you can cook, shop, clean, and even lend a hand to your kids sometimes. Having a purpose keeps you active and motivated. Now, maintaining your health isn't about eating gourmet meals or splurging on fancy vacations. It's about keeping a positive mindset. When you're in good spirits, your entire body benefits. As you age, physical fitness naturally declines, so daily exercise is important. But the power of a good mood can't be underestimated. It's medicine for the soul. Try to see things with optimism, get angry less often, because anger literally harms your body. Living happily each day reduces stress, lightens your heart, and promotes better health. Poor health, on the other hand, weighs heavily on your children and spouse. If they don't understand, they might neglect you, which makes old age lonely. Fortunately, many seniors today live vibrant, retired lives, whether dancing in parks, hiking, traveling with friends, or enjoying quiet hobbies like calligraphy, reading, and gardening. The key to staying healthy is to eat well, sleep well, rest well, and most importantly, stay happy. This improves your physical fitness over time. So take care of your body, nurture a positive attitude, be open-minded, avoid anger, and exercise regularly to keep your body in good shape. Second, your mind is still sharp and you're able to see through people's tricks. Unfortunately, many seniors lose clarity and fall victim to scams, whether it's overpriced financial products or useless health supplements. These can quickly drain your savings, and sometimes the scam is so clever, you don't even realize it until much later, possibly causing harm to your family relationships. After 70, you might sometimes pretend to be forgetful, but never really be confused. Stay alert about your surroundings. Many dishonest businesses lure seniors with free gifts, emotional support groups, gratitude events, or social gatherings to gain trust and personal information, which they later use to sell questionable health products. Avoid expert consultations that sound too good to be true, free health checkups from unknown sources, free lectures that turn into marketing events, organized tours with hidden sales pitches, or any promotions happening outside official business venues. Saying no to these not only prevents financial loss, but also helps you steer clear of superstition and false hope. Third, your finances are stable enough so you don't have to depend on your children for money. Having money isn't about luxury, it's about security and peace of mind. It's far worse to be alive without money than to have money you can't spend. Though it's okay to ask your kids for help when necessary, needing support every year can cause tension, especially if your children have financial struggles themselves. If you have a pension and savings to manage, you can maintain your independence without troubling your family too much. Owning your own home is a huge advantage, letting you live on your terms without feeling awkward or dependent. You may still have decades ahead of you, so spending wisely and supporting yourself with occasional help keeps money from becoming a source of stress or conflict. Fourth, you can communicate well with your children without major conflicts. Many elderly people lose connection because they talk too much about the past or focus on outdated topics, which can seem irrelevant or old-fashioned to younger generations. Aging sometimes brings stubbornness and fear, making conversations tense. But seniors who can adapt and empathize tend to have smoother relationships. Think about why your grandchildren should respect you. Remember, everything valuable in this world is temporary, and earning trust requires providing steady emotional support, not nagging or complaining. When elderly parents offer strength during tough times instead of criticism, relationships improve significantly. Now, fifth, if you're in a late-life marriage and there's still a sense of support and companionship between you and your partner, even if it's not a deep emotional bond like young love, that's still something to be thankful for. I once overheard a woman in her 70s say with a proud smile, "I've got my man at home, I'm not alone, and that matters." It wasn't about romance or passion anymore, but about presence, about having someone to share meals with, someone to say goodnight to. That kind of companionship has its own quiet strength. See, original couples, those who've been through decades together, they usually have an emotional glue, memories, shared struggles that built something real over time. Late-life couples, though, especially those who got together after losing a spouse or going through divorce, often form relationships based on practicality, comfort, or family pressure. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's different. A neighbor of mine is in that exact kind of situation. The man lost his first wife years ago and raised his daughter alone. Later, his friends pushed him to remarry, so he met his current wife through a family introduction. She had a grown son. They talked for a few weeks, then moved in together. From the outside, it looked more like roommates than soulmates. They keep each other company, share meals, and look after one another when needed. But sometimes, when he talks about his late wife, you can see a softness in his eyes that isn't there when he talks about his current partner. And that's okay. Life isn't always about fireworks. At this age, stability means more than sparks. But if there's mutual respect and kindness, that's more than many people have, and it deserves recognition. 00936. If you're still eager to learn new things and can get around in today's world with confidence, you're ahead of the game. Many older folks get stuck because they don't keep up with how the world works now. Whether it's using a smartphone, navigating online services, or just knowing where to go for help, the ability to adapt is key to aging well. You don't need to be a tech expert, but you should be able to do basic things like check the weather, read news online, make a video call, or even pay a bill through an app. I get it, technology can feel intimidating, but once you give it a shot, it's not that bad. And the sense of independence it gives you is huge. Don't just use your phone to scroll through gossip or forward chain messages. Use it to enrich your life. Watch a documentary, learn a new recipe, join a virtual group, or even play brain games that keep your mind sharp. Staying mentally active matters just as much as physical health. I know a woman in her late 70s who learned how to shop online just last year. Now she orders her groceries, books doctor's appointments, and even checks her bank balance from her phone. She says she feels free, like the world opened back up. That's the spirit. Keep learning. Keep growing. Don't fall behind just because you're getting older. Seventh, having hobbies that fill your day with joy is one of the best indicators of a fulfilling older life. At 70, maybe you can't jog 5 miles or take on intense physical activities like you used to, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself. The key is to find things that bring you joy and match your body's ability. You don't have to love what other people love, and you definitely don't have to force yourself into hobbies that don't feel natural. Whether it's playing chess, tending a garden, painting, listening to jazz, or writing poems that no one else even sees, what matters is that it brings you happiness. Some seniors fall into a rut after retirement. They feel like they've lost their sense of purpose and either sit around doing nothing or become full-time babysitters for their grandchildren. Now, there's nothing wrong with helping out the family, but you shouldn't lose yourself in the process. Retirement is the time to explore what you didn't have time for when you were working and raising a family. Some people think growing old means being more serious, more rigid, but honestly, the opposite is true. The older you get, the more you should let go. Playfulness isn't just for kids. Studies show playful older adults live longer, have better brain function, and experience less depression. One man I know started learning to play the ukulele at 72. He's not trying to be a musician. He just wanted something fun to do in the mornings. That little instrument became his daily dose of joy. You see, being playful at 70 isn't just about having fun. It's about staying connected to life itself. When you engage in something that makes you smile or gets your mind moving, you build resilience, emotional strength, and a better sense of self. Some people think games are just for kids, but they're not. Playing card games, doing puzzles, solving crosswords, even dabbling in painting or storytelling, these activities help slow down memory decline, keep the brain agile, and improve blood flow. They even help with breathing and posture because when you're doing something you enjoy, you move more naturally, you sit up straighter, You engage with the world. It's also about connection. Group hobbies like singing in a choir or joining a book club give you social interaction, which fights off loneliness. One older gentleman I met told me his life changed when he joined a senior hiking group. They only walk easy trails, but the laughter and shared stories gave him something to look forward to every week. Another woman began blogging at 78. She writes about her life in short posts, shares photos of her garden, and has made friends across the country. That's what hobbies can do. They give purpose, build community, and most importantly, they bring light into the everyday. Eighth and finally, if your heart is still open and you've stopped comparing yourself to others, you've reached a rare and powerful place. A lot of people as they age fall into bitterness. They feel left behind, ignored, or unimportant, and they start to grow small inside. They complain, criticize, hold grudges, or envy what others have. But if you can live without all that, you're truly free. Having a broad heart in your 70s means not sweating the small stuff. You don't envy your neighbor's car. You don't feel bitter if your children aren't exactly how you hoped they'd be. And you don't waste your time trying to keep up appearances. You live each day with peace. You accept that what's done is done, and you put your energy into kindness. You smile more, you forgive faster, you let things go easier. That's real strength. Some people think getting old means becoming grumpy or rigid, but I've met elders who are flexible, gentle, and wise, and they're the ones who live with peace in their hearts. They accept others' flaws. They focus on what they can control and let go of what they can't. If your heart is big enough to embrace the imperfect world without constant judgment, you're living well. You bring calm to your family, stability to your friendships, and a warmth that people feel when they're around you. At 70, that's a gift. You're not just growing older, you're becoming a role model, and people notice. You don't need to be rich or famous. You just need to live kindly. Be the one in the room who stays calm when others complain. Be the one who gives encouragement instead of criticism. Be the one who accepts aging not as a burden, but as a blessing. That's how you create a life worth celebrating. The truth is, being 70 today isn't the same as it was 50 years ago. You still have time, you still have choices, and you still matter. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're not invisible, you're not done, you're just entering another chapter. So live it well, with dignity, with curiosity, with love. Today's message ends here, and I want you to remember something important. No matter your age, you are never alone here.